According to a recent study, if you look at a couple that's 65 years old today, there is a 47% chance that one of them will live to age 90 or beyond. There's an 89% chance one of them will live to age 80. So here to tell us what exactly that means for you and me is Ohio's retirement coach Greg Taylor, who of course is the president of Legacy Retirement Group and the host of Winning Retirement Radio. Good to see you, Greg.
Hey, it's good to be here.
Happy Monday. We're not complaining today, right?
No whining. I'm not going to whine about my weird voice today or anything like that.
All right, what we're going to do, of course, is help people. We're going to answer their pressing questions, our Ask the Coach segment every Monday. We're going to start off with this one. If I end up living to be in my 80s or 90s, that could mean I'm retired for 30 plus years. How am I expected to have that much money saved? I like how this viewer puts it, right? How is somebody expected to save for 30 years?
Well, the first thing you want to do is make sure before you actually retire that you do the math, okay? Have a solid budget, and I mean a solid budget where you're taking into account the traveling you want to do or the things you want to do with your grandkids or your family. Factor all those things in so you have a good solid budget, then understand where all your income sources are coming from, and then create a plan that makes you feel confident that you're going to be able to make it through retirement. And if you're not, maybe it's not quite time to retire.
I feel like you have to be very honest with yourself, which a lot of people may struggle with, right? I mean, you have to put down the pennies, the dollars that you plan on spending.
You really do. And if you don't do that, then you always have this little bit of anxiety inside that you're not quite sure that you're going to be okay.
All right, Greg, ask the coach question 2, annuities. This is a popular question. If I purchase an annuity, how soon do I begin receiving payments?
Well, understand there's a lot of different kinds of annuities. There are what are called immediate annuities. So you put money in and immediately you start getting income payments.
Okay.
And sometimes those income payments are for a certain period of time, like 10 years or 20 years. Sometimes they're for your lifetime. So it just depends. There's other kind that are called deferred annuities. So the idea is you put money in, you let that build and grow for a while, and then later you turn on the income. Typically though, if you need income, you can get it within 30 days. So what we need to really ask ourselves, is an annuity actually appropriate? And if so, am I getting the right kind for my situation? What are the fees? You know, what's the potential of gain and growth in that contract? And is it really something that I should even be looking at?
Right. Is it worth it for me? Does it fit my plan?
Exactly.
Okay. Number 3, at what age should I adjust the risk level of my portfolio?
For sure, when you're within 5 years of retirement, you need to have a strategy to protect you from the big losses. So within 5 years of retirement, because that's essentially a market cycle. So you don't want to be on the downward trend of a market cycle just as the time you're retiring, to where maybe your 401k was at one level and now it's down 10 or 15 or 20 or even more percentage points as you're trying to retire. Now you don't want to retire on less.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, less is never good.
No.
Especially when it comes to money, right? Okay. Is life insurance really necessary? I think a lot of people, they wonder, do I need to pay that extra $50 a month? Is this something I need?
Well, is it really necessary when you're maybe getting started and you're buying a house and you've got debt and you've got children? It's absolutely necessary that you protect yourself in those early years, and using term life insurance is typically the best because it's inexpensive and you don't have to budget a lot to be able to protect yourself. As you get older, now we look at sometimes, there's this income inequality between spouses. So one spouse, if they should predecease the other, could end up leaving their spouse that's remaining with a lot less income.
Right.
And so life insurance can be a necessary tool to help replace that income. Unless you've got sufficient savings, life insurance can be a good tool. Another reason we use life insurance for retirees is if maybe they don't need life insurance at all, but they want to send out to their loved ones when they pass a tax-free inheritance, and you can do that with life insurance. So there's some reasons that you might be a necessity, other reasons you might just want some.
Okay, there are options, always good. I want to let people know questions at ohiosretirementcoach.com is the email address if you want to ask the coach yourself, and he'll answer those questions.
Please send those in.
Come on in, right? You're asking any question you have. No such thing as a dumb question,
there is
right?
Not.
Okay, so come on in. That is the email address on the bottom of your screen. So what is your biggest fear? Is it snakes, spiders, or for retirees, Most will tell you it's running out of money, Greg. I'm sure you hear that one
Yeah.
a lot. Kristen will join Greg and I right after the break.